Yeah, my people, it's another day, and today I'm going to be talking about who you really are, discovering who you are, the reason why you are here on planet Earth, because a lot of people don't know why they are here. Discovering who you really are, knowing yourself, and knowing the reason why you're here. This word is a very difficult word, and things are happening around us, and things are done separately, differently by different people, because we don't really know, you know, ourselves. But I want to tell you today that we are all spirit being created by a great God. You know, some people call God different names, different tribes, different religion, different countries. Different languages. But we all have one God. Knowing yourself and knowing who you are is very important, because that will help you to kind of discover what the purpose for which you're being created, for, and the reason why you're here, in this world. We are spirit being living in the flesh, and the flesh is just like a house. It's just like a coverage, a shelter, that helps us to stay, in this planet. But without the flesh, you cannot really live, in this planet. The only way you can live in this planet, the planet called health, the planet called Earth, is for you to put on the flesh. If you put on the flesh, then you can live. Without the flesh, you become a supernatural being. That is why you are born through a woman, um, to be able to live in this world. Any man, any woman who operates in this world without the flesh is called a spirit. You cannot see the spirit, you cannot touch the spirit, you cannot, do anything with the ghost, but they really operate. They operate. But for you to do something tangible in this world, in on earth, you need to put on the flesh. It doesn't mean that the flesh is you. The flesh is not you. You are not the flesh. The flesh is a different entity, that separates you from the operations of this world. And so sometimes you have a lot of arguments, a lot of problem with between you and your flesh. Want to do some things, and the flesh says no. You say you want to do like that, and there are some kind of contradiction between you and the flesh. But you have the uppermost power to say, this is what I'm going to do, and you can operate yourself above the flesh. You can live above the flesh. You can stay above the flesh if you want to, because the flesh will want to make you do things of the world. That is the flesh for you. The flesh is all about the world, all about the world, all about mundane stuff, all about mundane things, all about things that are not that your spirit, that you don't really want, and it's your flesh. Your flesh wants a lot of money. Your flesh wants to live in a very big house. Your flesh wants to drive a big car. Your flesh wants to do a lot of things that your spirit don't really want to do. But because the flesh is of the world, and sometimes the flesh suppresses the spirit, you end up doing those things that you don't want to do. Which are very much contrary to your own decisions. You know what I mean? So today I'm trying to let you know that you are not who you really think you are. You are a different being, separated from what you see in the mirror. You are not the person you see in the mirror. You are the person you see in the mirror is just the flesh. It's just to make people recognize you. I mean, recognize that something like this is existing. Because without the flesh, nobody knows you, nobody recognizes you. Even if you live physically, without the flesh, nobody knows who you really are. Nobody can say this is James, this is John, that is Daniel. Nobody can say that because, as far as I know, the spirit is the same. We are not different. The spirits are not different. They have the same, you know, and because they are the same, it's difficult to recognize them. But once you put on the flesh, the flesh is designed in different ways. The flesh is designed to identify each personality. You know what I mean? So it is very important that you know yourself so that you don't fall into the hands of those people or the wrong hands. You know what I mean? Because the power that God has given to you is very, very, very important. The power that God has given to you is very, very powerful. You are a supernatural being. You got all it takes to do anything in this world. You got all the strength. You were well equipped before sending you to this world. And so, but people don't know that, and because of that, they bow down to things that are supposed to bow down to them. They bring themselves so low to bow down to things that are supposed to bow down to them. They have different things, different maybe occults or different spirits, operating in different ways. You bow down to spirit like that because you don't know yourself. But the truth is that you have all the powers within you for anything to bow down to you, for anything to worship you. But if you now decide to worship things that are supposed to worship you, that means you're downgrading yourself. You are bringing yourself, this low. You are rubbing yourself in the mud. You know, it is high time we came to understand the fact that we are not the people, that people think we are. You are not that person. If I ask some people right now, if I ask a question right now, if you have seen yourself in the mirror, a lot of you are going to say yes. I've seen myself in the mirror. I've seen myself in the mirror. I mean, this I look, but it's not really you. That's not really you. You have not seen yourself in the mirror. You've not. You've only seen your flesh. You've not really seen the you that lives in the flesh. That's the point. You've not really seen yourself in the mirror. You've only seen your flesh, and because you've seen your flesh, you think you've seen yourself. No, So it's a very dicey situation. People try to, can I say, make food on make different assertion about themselves that this is me, this is not you. And because you don't know who you really are, you do a lot of stupid stuff. You do a lot of stupid stuff, things that you're not supposed to do. I'm gonna, I'm here to tell you and to let you know that the you that lives in the flesh is the real you and not the man you see in the mirror. The man you see in the mirror is just a shelter. It's just a house. It's just, what makes the world know that you're really here. Is an identification of you. Let me put it that way. That means that the flesh is an identification of you, just to identify you. You go to somewhere, they put something on your body, maybe a badge, or just to know this is him, or this is okay, but they don't know you before, but because they put something on you, they say, okay, he's going to put something, they're going to put something around his wrist, or they're going to put something, excuse me, they're going to put something um, on his head, or maybe you're going to bend his face or whatever, just to identify that is the person that they are waiting for. So it's just like that. That's the flesh for you. So the flesh is just like that. It's an identification of who you, of you, to identify you. People will see you and know, okay, he's here, it's him. But it's not really you. It's just a coverage. Yeah, it's just a coverage. And then sometimes a lot of people go to work and they think the reason they go to work is for themselves. It's not really for themselves. The reason you go to work is for the flesh. Excuse me. You go to work for the flesh, not for you. You wake up every day to look out for money. You want to drive a big car. You want to live in a very big house. It is not for you. It is for the flesh. You want to make the flesh look beautiful, but it's not you. You are not. That's what you see in the mirror. You're not. You do everything in this world. All the suffering you go through, it is for the flesh. As a lot of people find it difficult to have happiness because they think they are doing everything for themselves. No, you do it for the flesh. And if you can think very well and reason out, very good, you wouldn't want to stress yourself that much. You want to punish the real you that much to take care of what you don't really know. The flesh is just a coverage. Is a house, a shelter. The house is you. You live in it. It is not you. So you do everything possible. Put yourself in a very shady situation just to take off the flesh. It's good to make money. It's good to live good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong about that. But you have to realize the fact, think, and know that whatever you do in this world is not for you. It's for the flesh. That is why after death, when somebody dies, you say, yeah, he's dead and it's gone. To me, I don't really believe that's assertion, because if somebody dies, the real person, the you that lives in the body leaves, leaves the body, and the body goes down. When the body goes down, say the person is dead, because you cannot see the person anymore. You think it's gone. Really, it is not really gone. To me, it's not really gone. Just that you cannot see him again, or you cannot see her again. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person is gone. If he or she might be dead to you, because that is our belief, like that's what we were made to understand. So because you cannot see the person anymore, he's been buried. He said he's dead. But the person is gone. It's gone. What you put in the ground is the flesh. It's the flesh and not you. You don't really need anything to live. You don't need blood to live. You don't need food to live. You don't need anything to live. You've been created. You've been made especially to fit in the situations that really operates in this world. So you don't really need anything to live. What needs stuff to live with the flesh? That's why you take care of the flesh. The flesh need blood. Flesh need food to operate. The flesh need everything to live, but you don't need the stuff to live. I've come to tell you that instead of worrying yourself over things that are not necessary, you have to make sure you take off your spirit, mind, take off the real you, and stop disturbing yourself. Because to me, I understand that if you really take off your real self, you're going to fulfill the reason why you are sent to this world. You're going to fulfill the reason why you're here. And I think that is the joy of it all, because when you leave the flesh, You're gonna, be happy and say, "Yeah, really, I've actually done what I've come to do." But if you don't, if you cannot fulfill the reason why you're here, it's gonna be, I don't know. But I think at that time we understood the fact that life is deeper than what you think. Life is not what you think it is. You have to understand the fact that it is beyond our understanding. Beyond our understanding. Life is beyond our understanding. You cannot really understand life until you really, dive deep into it. Thinking. It's not about reading books, because people wrote books and maybe they don't actually know what they're talking about. They say things that they know. You know what I mean? But you can see things yourself. You see what's happening, in the world. You can feel the wind. You see the dust. You see the hurricane. You see a lot of stuff. You see wild, the sea waves. You see the sky. You see the end of the sky. Even when you're in the flight, in between skies, you can see, different stuff. You know what I mean? So you can see with your eyes. The wind can touch you, but you cannot hold it. You can feel it. You know what I mean? Your flesh can feel it, but you cannot really hold the wind. You don't see the wind. And there are powers that are beyond our own understanding. But because we live in flesh, these things are difficult to really understand. But I must tell you that these things are created to keep us safe, to keep the real in a better position to live in this world. I must adjourn everybody listening to me at this point that you don't have to trouble your spirit that much. You don't have to trouble your mind that much. All you have to do is to try your best possible to make your spirit mind happy. To make your spirit mind happy, so that your spirit, that the way you can live to fulfill the reason why you have come to this world. A lot of things are happening in this world today. A lot of things are happening. People are doing shitty stuff, corruption here and there, because they don't know. They don't know. All these things you do, they won't take you nowhere. They will take you nowhere. By the time you leave the flesh, you're going to realize that, oh, I really messed up. You're going to see that you're going to be really messed up. If I had known, you would not operate this way. But because you don't know, you operate the way you feel, it's good. You want to satisfy your body, your flesh. You kill people to satisfy your flesh. You take from people to satisfy your flesh. You steal, you destroy, you do a lot of stupid stuff, just to satisfy your flesh. You hate your neighbors because you want to make your flesh happy. Normally you are supposed to share with your neighbors. You have to give one to your neighbor, make everybody happy, because you are the same. You're one. You're the same. No matter how it is, you're the same. The spirit that lives in you, like the real you, and the other person, the other person that lives in the other body, are the same, and you cannot identify them. You cannot. If two spirits are standing or two ghosts are standing in front of you, and if you can see them, you cannot identify them. You cannot identify them. You can only identify them by the flesh. By the flesh. If you don't know these things, you're going to operate as if the world is yours. You're going to operate as if the world is yours. The world is not really yours. The world is not yours. This world that we live in is not yours. People are doing stupid stuff. People are selling their souls to the devil because they don't know what to do. They've been lured into doing things that they don't understand. People are, going to, join a kind of different kind of group just to oppress other people, even in schools, in government, and everywhere, because they don't really understand. They don't know. They don't know who they are, the power that they had, that they've been endowed with, and where they are coming from and where they are going. They don't know. And because they don't know, they tend to operate just like this, which is very, very bad. It's very bad. I want us to know that we should live a life of togetherness, a life of inclusiveness, a life of love, a life of mercy, a life of brotherly love. We have to live life like that so that we can really be happy when you leave the flesh. When you leave the flesh, when you leave the flesh is when you leave planet Earth. When you leave the flesh, you'll be very, very happy. You're gonna appreciate the reason why you've come to this world. I'm gonna leave you guys right now here, and I hope you understand. And I'm gonna come back with another topic. I'm gonna come back with another topic, and I want you to keep on, expecting, you know, uh, great revelations about who you are, and where you're going, and a lot of other supernatural stuff. So I'll leave you here now. I want to stay blessed, and I'll see you again. But don't forget, if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, and God bless you. Thank you.